in the district that helps us kind of make things happen. Organization executives, that means the superintendent and whoever she might appoint as in terms of administrators to be a part of this. A couple of board representatives, association or union leadership that's in the district, and other appropriate advisors. Boil this down. What do they do? I've already said, they're going to monitor and adjust the program to make sure that it moves along the way it should, and that we eventually end up with the recommendations from the community through the community process. The larger community engagement sessions, those sessions that we're going to have over several months, who can come? And I might have said this when I was here before, but if you're from the South, you'd say, y'all come, because truly that's what it needs to be. We will work very hard at making sure that everybody in the community knows about, is encouraged, use all forms of media that would, and communications vehicles that would be available, including hopefully doing a video, and in some cases that video is dropped to house. We'll determine if that needs to be the appropriate communication tool here in St. Joseph. But truly, an all-call plus recruitment. We know that there's some folks that need to be there. We're going to go after them and make sure that they're at the table so that they can be involved in these key discussions. In terms of what, I mentioned before, it's not the facilitating team that makes the real decisions, it's the community. And so during these community engagement sessions, we'll start off with that data presentation, and then they'll work, the community will work in small groups for that evening, making some key decisions that will be building blocks for the recommendations that come at the end of the process. Session location, these are just some logistics, and I'm going to move through these slides quickly, but it's important that we hold these meetings where people can get to them, and that it's done in a professional manner. This will be the layout, and you'll see specifically how that looks in a few minutes. The community sessions, here's an example of a community session. This is one of the community chairs. It's near the end of their process where they've developed their recommendations, their master plan, and now they're checking it out. Each session you will see there begins with a welcome and a review of the previous session, an informational presentation, a description of activities for instruction for the small group. The small group works, and then they will report out, and that will conclude that particular meeting, generally an hour and a half to 2 hours, 6:30 to 8:30 or 7 to 9, whatever it needs to be for your situation. And you'll see there how this is the Melville School District in their Bernard Middle School, where they've transformed the gymnasium into a large meeting room, and how they're meeting in small groups. You saw the community chair, the citizen leadership that's in front of the folks, not the board or the administration. Here's the way that room looked, and here's the way hopefully we would set it up for you before folks start coming in. All the materials for that particular evening are on the tables. When people come in, they get a number. It gives them a table assignment. They go directly to that table. That's where they put on the name tag, get their agenda packet. All the materials are there, including I have a question forms, and so all of the materials are right there, and that's where the work actually takes place. So hopefully that gives you a feel for just the setup that would happen for each of these community engagement sessions.
Great job. Okay.
At the end of the session, we're asked for folks to report out. Again, you'll see the community chair, one of the community chairs that's in charge for the evening, or that part of the script for the evening. They've finished their small group. They've finished their data presentation. They have finished their small group work, and now they are reporting it to everyone in attendance, so that at least a portion of what their recommendations or their consensus thoughts are at each of their tables are being reported to the larger group, so that we can leave that evening knowing what some of the thoughts were and some of the consensus decisions were at those particular tables. You're seeing the spokesperson that's been assigned or that particular table selects coming and making those reports. Part of the facilitating team will help out with the evening. That's behind there is a young lady who is a junior at one of their high schools on the facilitating team. So not only is it adults, but it's students that we invite to be a part of that facilitating team. Documentation for the evening. From each, there will be that data presentation, that PowerPoint, whether it be a demographics, professional demographics presentation, or student performance, or technology, or whatever that topic may be. That presentation will be given. That will be followed with by a small group work activity where we force each group to make a specific, come to consensus on a specific decision. As I indicated, that becomes a building block for making recommendations. We then collect. You saw them bringing the purple sheet or whatever color it was that the work activity was on, bringing it forward. We collect all of those. That's a verbatim, and we create a verbatim document. That document is given out at the next meeting that indicates what each of the tables came up with. It's a credibility issue, so that I know if I came and I said at table 14 said this, when I get this document, I'm going to see that, yes, that's exactly what they did. From there, we take and create an executive summary, and that executive summary will have consensus points, as I mentioned, that become the building block for the formation of recommendations, whether it be class size or staffing or whatever that topic might be for the evening. And I know that I'm going fast, but I'm going to complete my assignment here. This is a typical timeline, and I think this is for Melville, the same video that you saw. And you'll see here that it's when we do community engagement, it's not a fast, quick process. It takes time. It needs soak time. People need to think about each chapter that is written, that they're writing. Keep in mind that we, as staff members from Unicom ARC, are going to be attending every one of those. We won't be in front. Citizen leadership will be in front, but we will have trained them. We will have written script for them. We also will be attending each facilitating team meeting that I mentioned. There will be a team meeting in between each of these. And the reason for that is we want to make sure that what the data presentation that's given to the community is scrutinized, that it's critiqued, that it is it's delivering information that's succinct, that's to the point, that people can understand. You know, you can put some really beautiful slides on the screen sometimes, and we as educators do our education-ese all the time. And people say, you know, it's a real pretty slide, and you can use real pretty words, but I don't know what those mean. Well, citizens sitting on our facilitating team will say, hey, nice slide, nice words, doesn't mean anything. Put it in terminology that I can understand. And so we're here in between each of these meetings and at each of these meetings to make sure that they go well. Communications. Rod said we're a communications firm. We don't think community engagement will work if you don't have appropriate, upfront, ongoing, and concluding communications. And it takes a lot of forms, obviously, not just something on a sheet of paper, but video, website, all those. And I won't go into all of those. We do a lot of branding for each of our programs, giving it a logo. There's Hazelwood First. We did a goals program for Rockwood School District in West St. Louis County. I'm just showing you, we're working with Decatur Public Schools right now. The red one is the most recent one. GPS is from Wentzville.